5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe. But the people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
How long do we have?
7 days.
The Budget Enthusiast. Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy The Budget Enthusiast, and today we're going to talk about Marvel's Eternals. So this is going to be in the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it kind of has some pretty big implications on what's to come. I'm not sure how all of this is going to tie in together, and that's the beauty of the MCU. You just watch it and, see how the pieces fit together. But this movie is a little different than some of the others, just for the simple fact that it's about beings, not necessarily like superheroes per se, but they're kind of otherworldly beings that are here protecting Earth. And they have a mission, and in the movie you'll find out what that mission is. I don't want to give, I don't give out any spoilers. But I was not looking forward to this movie when I first saw the trailers. I think the second trailer was the one that got me a little bit more excited for it than it was before. But, I mean, all in all, the movie was pretty solid. I thought it looked great. There were some weird transitions from we saw it in the IMAX, by the way. So seeing it transition from the full IMAX screen back down to a standard widescreen, it was a little bit jarring. Like, it even looked a little different. My boy Wildebeest and I were talking about this after the movie. Like, we just saw Dune that was also filmed in IMAX, and it was formatted for IMAX, and it did have scenes that were full screen, and then it had scenes that were cut back down to standard widescreen. Now, it wasn't as jarring as the Eternals was. Like, it looked different. Like, when you go from the big one back down to the smaller screen, it was like the color tone was a little different. I don't know. It was kind of jarring. And it mostly happened towards the beginning. Towards the end, it was mainly filmed for IMAX. So you'll get, because it had a lot of big action set pieces later on in it. But yeah, it was a little jarring. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when it comes out on Blu-ray. 4K Blu-ray, that is. I try not to do standard Blu-rays if I can help it. So hopefully that actually looks better than what we saw there. Hopefully they change some of the color grading and make it more even, so it's not so jarring when it switches between IMAX cameras and standard cameras. But anyway, as far as the movie goes, I liked it. I like trust me, it's not like the top of the line MCU, but it's pretty good. It's better than a lot of the other ones. You might have heard my list. I might do a video on my ranking the MCU movies in my personal order. Everybody disagrees on this, so that should be fun to see what people say in the comments. But anyway, this movie was actually much better than I thought it was going to be. The cast did pretty good. The characters that they chose to be in the movie, like the Eternals actually have a wide cast of characters that they could have chosen to be in this. I kind of see why they chose these particular people, just because they probably are easier to cast and show their powers in live action, I should say. So, pretty solid. The action sequences were dope, man. The action looked really, really good. So, I will say, it's fun to watch. It's not as much action as some of the other MCU movies. This one had to kind of shove a lot of information at you on why these beings are even here, and give you a little bit of try to have you care for these characters at all. So it's I think it's like 2 hours and 37 minutes this movie is. So usually the first hour, maybe hour and a half, is exposition trying to explain a lot about these Eternals and what they have to do here on Earth. Once they get to that point, when you understand what's going on, they ramp up the action, the intrigue, the plot twists, all those things. So in 2 hours and 37 minutes, they had to tell a big story because in the comics it spans like forever. So they have to cram all of this in a movie, a watchable, like, I don't need to take a pee break every 5 seconds movie time slot. So not bad. I did enjoy it. I'm going to purchase it. Of course, I have to add it to my MCU collection. But I will say, IMAX is the format to see it in. It looks beautiful. The IMAX that we go to, the sound system is loud and it's okay. It's not the Dolby Cinema, but it's adequate. But the visuals are what give you the pop when you go into the IMAX theater. So I would say check it out. If you're a Marvel fan, definitely check it out. You have to continue the saga. I know a lot of people are not excited about Marvel these days just because of, controversial choices, or they're focusing on this, or trying to be part of the woke community and they don't want to get canceled, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, I understand that. If you don't want to watch it, that's fine. You don't have to. But for the other people who are okay with whatever is going on, just go check it out. It's actually worth watching in the theater. It's kind of long, but the action is great. The visuals are good. The acting is pretty good. I will say this, though. Angelina Jolie, I think she looks the part, but it was something about her performance that, I don't know, it just wasn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm being weird, but it just didn't do anything for me. But her, when she's fighting, she's dope. But her, like, not fighting and she has to actually say lines, not too happy. And Gilgamesh is gotta be the dopest character there. So when you watch it, his name is Gilgamesh. Dope. He's my favorite character there. Loved him. He's a beast. Absolutely loved him. So Gilgamesh, my favorite character. Angelina Jolie, didn't like her performance as much. I thought her character was pretty cool, but that's fine. And let's see what else. There was someone else that I wanted to mention to you guys. Icarus. Icarus's character, I like his look. I think the person they cast for it was like almost perfect for it. Like, he has that superhero, Superman-esque look. I like it. I thought he was a solid character. I liked his abilities. He could fly. He could shoot lasers out of his eyes and stuff. He was pretty dope. So I would say those are the three characters that stand out to me, just because of the casting and or just the way they looked and carried themselves. So I feel like this movie was pretty well done. It follows a standard Marvel formula, especially for an origin story, because this is technically an origin story for the Eternals. So because this is the first time we've seen them in the MCU, so they have to explain a lot. So hopefully, it says at the very end, it says that the Eternals will return. So if they return, then I'm assuming we're going to get a lot more action, because they don't need to have a bunch of exposition in the next movie. So hopefully you guys get an opportunity to see this. It's not simultaneously on Disney Plus this time, I don't think. So you got to go to the theaters to see it. I recommend that you do. It's worth watch in the theaters if you are going to watch it. So for me, it gets the budget enthusiast single thumbs up. It's good. It's not perfect. It's not better than, like, let's say The Winter Soldier or anything in the MCU, but it is definitely an interesting piece to the MCU puzzle. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps you decide on whether you should go see it or not. I know I don't do spoilers, so I don't want to give any information out that'll kill the vibe for you, but I know it's always vague, but I just want you to know that it's worth going to see in the theaters. And if you're a Marvel fan, you should go see it regardless. it's worth it. So single thumbs up for me, The Budget Enthusiast. So check it out if you can. And of course, while you're out there, stay safe. Peace.
I bet you've built the perfect safe house. I mean, what's this even made of? Vibranium? Fall collection. IKEA.
The Budget Enthusiast. Boy DV. The Budget Enthusiast. Boy DV. The Budget Enthusiast.